Hello, Facebook. Welcome. My name is Dr. Drew Burns. I am a dentist in Winter Park, Florida, and I'm trying out this Facebook Live thing. I wanted to come to you guys today to talk about flossing. It's been in the news a lot lately, and I intend to answer any questions that you may have about it. Before I do, I just wanted to mention to you I'm trying out this Facebook Live feature. What I would like to do would be to educate my Facebook followers and any questions they may have about dentistry, about dental topics. I'd love to be able to come to you guys live and answer your questions. So if you haven't already, please feel free to like our page and subscribe to our video feed and like this video so that you stay up to date with us. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment on them below. You can put them in the comment box and ask me. But for today's purposes, I'd love to talk to you about flossing. Fun, right? I'm not going to talk to you about how to floss. Hopefully you already know that. If you don't, Google it. But surprisingly, there's been a debate about flossing in the news recently. Maybe you've heard this, maybe you haven't. Maybe you heard somebody talking about it. Here's the gist. So the Associated Press put pressure on the United States government to display the research that they had to support their claim that flossing prevents gum disease and prevents cavities. And under pressure, the United States government took a look at the research that they had to prove that flossing, there's enough scientific evidence to prove that flossing prevents gum disease. And guess what? The evidence wasn't there because not enough research had been done on it. So they removed their recommendation that flossing prevents gum disease. Now, what does that mean for you? We'll get there in a second. But first, what does that mean? Why do they do it? Does it mean that you can stop flossing? No. Sorry to burst your bubble. That's not the case. Ooh, I got a like right when I said that. That was probably just bad timing. No, you still need to keep flossing. But let me first get into why that they removed that recommendation. In order for them to recommend something, there has to be enough scientific evidence to support it, and there wasn't there for flossing. Now, here's the thing. We probably won't ever see that. We probably won't see that research study done. One, because there's really not a whole lot of funding to go behind a research study to prove that flossing helps prevent gum disease. Sure, you know, the floss companies, the companies that make floss, may have a vested interest in that, and if they see their sales start to dip, they'll probably start to look into a way to prove it. But the more important reasons would be that, one, it would be near impossible to design a study to prove that flossing prevents gum disease, and two, it would be unethical, because it would involve taking people that have healthy mouths with no gum disease and instructing them to stop flossing. And then we watch them over years and years as they slowly develop gum disease. And obviously that wouldn't be a study that we could sanction because it would be unethical, because then they'd have gum disease. But if you really want the evidence that supports the claim that flossing helps prevent gum disease, go ahead next time you floss. If you haven't flossed, then you'll go ahead and give that a try. And so this is what happens with the live Facebook features. We just getting mail delivery. How you doing? Good to see you. So sorry about that. So take some floss. Go ahead and floss. When you take the floss out, notice, is there something in between on the floss there? Is there something stuck to it? If there is, this is a little gross. So you don't have to do it. But why don't you go ahead and give that a whiff next time? I promise you, if you don't want to do it, it smells disgusting. And that should be the evidence that you need. But to elaborate further into the science of why behind flossing helps prevent gum disease, what we're dealing with here is bacteria. So you have lots of bacteria that live in your mouth. Some is good, some is bad. Some types of bacteria cause cavities, and some types produce gum disease. And the goal with brushing your teeth is to remove as much bacteria as possible. But as we all know, when we're brushing our teeth, we don't always get all the surfaces. You can't reach your toothbrush bristles in between the teeth. Because the bacteria, have you ever felt the plaque that comes off of your teeth? You can sometimes get it with your fingernail. It's a white substance. The clinical term we're using today is called a biofilm. Bio is in biology and film is in, well, it's covering your tooth like a film. So the goal is to remove all of that biofilm, the bacteria and the plaque, from your mouth. And a toothbrush just does not do an adequate job of doing that. So that's where floss comes in. So really, we don't need scientific evidence. All we need to have is common sense. Now, That being said, if you decide to stop flossing, or if you just don't floss, I'm not going to be mad at you. I mean, that's your decision. It's your mouth. I just want you to be able to make an informed decision about your health, and don't believe the headlines when they say that flossing's debunked and that flossing doesn't work. That's all just, it's great clickbait, and it's great headlines. It's sensational. How great would it be if we didn't have to floss anymore? I would be the first person to love to tell you that was the truth. Who wouldn't love a dentist who tells them, hey, guess what? You don't need to floss. It'd be wonderful, but it wouldn't be true, so I can't do that, unfortunately. So that's all I have for you today. But please, if you have any questions that you would like for me to answer, I would like to make this kind of a regular thing. I think maybe I'll try it once a week for a couple of months and see how it works out. I intend to possibly talk about dental implants, maybe whitening, any questions you guys may have. So if you have any topics that you would like for me to touch on, feel free to comment below what those may be, and I'll either answer directly in the comments section or I'll use it as a topic for our next video. Now, next week I'm actually going to be on a mission trip in Guatemala, so I don't think I'll be able to do a live broadcast from Guatemala. But I'll be back the following week, and we'll have to pick a good topic for you guys, so help us out with that. If you have any questions, I'm sure someone else has the same question. After the video, if you're not watching this video live, maybe you've tuned in after the video has already been broadcasted, please feel free to still ask questions in the comment section so we can get to it next week. One more thing about the flossing. I wrote a blog on this issue the day that the news came out. If you'd like more information on it, you can find it on our website at dentistwinterpark.com. I'll try to post a direct link to it in the comment section below. So, I think that's all we had for you guys today. Alright. Oh, and don't forget, you don't have to floss all of your teeth. Only the ones that you want to keep. Take care.